Hello. Welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. So it's a new week. And we have a new deck. I know it's kind of odd that I start my week on Thursday, but when I started these readings way back at Yule, that was where I started my first week, and Yule fell on a Thursday. And so I'm just continuing forward with that. So this week we are working with the Goddess Power Oracle deck. This is by Colette Baron Reed. This is a gorgeous deck. We looked at it, I don't know, some time ago. Artwork on this is by Jenna Della Grataglia. I'm going to try not to mess up her name. She deserves for me not to mess up her name because her artwork is beautiful. Here's the back of this deck of cards, just so you can see. I will say as we get started with this week's reading that today is the full moon. It's depending on where you're at, it falls at a different time. Where I am, it will be around 7 o'clock in the morning when it's at its maximum full, and it will be in the sign of Sagittarius. So you might be feeling some of that energy. Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's one of the 3 fire signs. Aries is a fire sign. Leo is a fire sign, and then we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is interesting. They are bold, expansive, curious, very enthusiastic energy. They also kind of have a, we don't give a crap, you know, we're going to do what we want to do energy, which I like about people. Sign associated with travel and discovery. I kind of think of them as the hippies and the gypsies of the zodiac. So that's the energy we have going on. And you might be feeling some of that. And I always look at the full moon phase as being kind of 3 days. We have the day of the actual full moon, which is this, you know, Thursday, May 23rd. And then we have the day before and the day after, you know, kind of like the back of the cards, though these describe like crescent moons. But if you were looking at, we had a full moon, and a full moon. Here's our full moon. Here's the day before. Here's the day after. Of course, this is a little bit different sign, you know, the triple goddess sign, or what it's associated as with the moon. But anyway, so I'm excited to be working with this deck again. Let's take a look at what it has to tell us for today. So as always, I open a circle of light, love, and protection around myself and these readings, and that extends to anyone who watches these readings, no matter when that is going to be. I also call in my spirit guides and guardians to help me be a clear channel of information, of this information and this reading to the collective. So, let's take a look at our cards. Now, we always work with 2 cards. I'm going to shuffle this one more time. I just feel like that's important. We always work with 2 cards for these daily readings. I get the energy card, which is the force that's directed towards us from the universe, from our environment, from the world around us. And then we have the energy, which is the focus, intention, effort, or response. I was going to only shuffle that one more time, and then I said 2, and then that second shuffle rejected me. So we're just gonna have cut the deck and call it good. So let's look at our energy card. Okay. And then let's look at our focus card. All right. So let's see what these lovely cards have to tell us today. So let's look at our energy card. We have Danu, and this is assurance is her message here. Danu is one of the great all-encompassing goddesses that we get from sort of the Celtic mythology, mythos. She is strong. She is powerful. But her message to us is assurance. And so I don't know what's going on in the world. You know, today everybody feels things a little bit differently, but we have assurance from the goddess Danu. So let's take a look at what her message is for us. She is number 10 in the deck, and the message is this. The appearance of the Celtic goddess Danu, who gives birth to magic, portends the fulfillment of your desires and fruition of your dreams. Whatever it is that you're inquiring about, Danu gives her assurance that you're in the process of becoming. Now is the time to trust that whatever you have planted, planned, and worked toward is being lovingly birthed. All you need to do is stay in the flow of events and be ready for your next opportunity. Everything has its perfect season. Just as fallow ground carries the promise of new life that appears again in the spring, as if magically bidden from the invisible to the visible, Danu offers her promise of grounded assurance. Well, that is a beautiful message. And so it's kind of telling us that seeds that we've planted, things that we've been working on, they're coming for us. Not really a caveat, but the only message for us is that we need to be watching and we need to be paying attention and we need to make our next right move. So let's look at our focus card for today and see if that helps us what our next step is going to be. So, the focus card is Oshun, and this is a beautiful card. This is the generosity card. Look at her there. She is an Orisha, and she is stunning. Don't you just kind of want to give her a hug? She's just warm and generous and basking in, looks like the glow of the sunlight, but also look at this. She's got lemon trees blooming all around her. Generosity comes with assurance. So let's take a look at what the message in the book is from Oshun. If I get to the right page here, and I will read this for you. This one's a little bit longer, so bear with me. Her message is important. So a few extra words, that's the way it should be. So Oshun's message of generosity is, there is a universal law that centers on unrestrained generosity and flow. Oshun, the benevolent Yoruban river goddess, the representation of nourishment, healing, fertility, and prosperity, reminds you that life herself has given to you freely. You have been offered air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, and shelter to sleep in. So it is your task to give freely of yourself, no matter how big or small the act, without exception of receiving anything in return. The goddess Oshun encourages you to allow gratitude to permeate everything you do right now, even the smallest of opportunities and gestures. The very experience of giving and being generous with your heart, time, money, assistance, kindness, and care will provide more value than you can imagine. And when you release all attachment to the outcome, you will be surprised to see how the good fortune you have bestowed on others comes back to you tenfold. Oshun reminds you that this is a truth that has existed since time began and will continue until the world's very end. Wow. Beautiful card, beautiful message from a beautiful goddess. So we have the assurance from Danu that we're on the right path. We've planted the right seeds, and now we just need to wait for the right opportunity to come along. We have to pay attention. And what Oshun is telling us here in our focus card, which is our intention, effort, or response that we put in, is that we need to be generous. We need to share generosity with other people. That's perhaps our next right step. If we are generous, then this will fulfill something to us tenfold, or so she tells us in the message. So remember today, this is one of those beautiful, warm, blessed days where we have assurance coming to us. And really what we need to do and receive in this day is generosity of yourself, of spirit, of kindness, of many things, whatever you can be generous about, and it will flow back to you in a most beautiful way. I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope you connected with it in some way. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please tell your friends about these readings. I would love to help this channel grow so I can spread the messages that we get from these beautiful oracle decks that we've been working with. Thank you so much. My name is Stacy. Thank you for visiting Simply Liminal with me. Have a beautiful day.